Hey everybody, want to give you a quick update on the week ahead, well, the shortened week ahead. Now that our persuasive paper is finally done, we're going to be starting our new unit, which is going to be a novel. And I want to kind of go over how that's going to work with you. Just to kind of have one last note about the persuasive paper, I do have quite a few of you who have not submitted your final draft yet, which is not good. So you do lose 10% every day that is not done. So if you're reading this or listening to this Tuesday morning after 8 a.m., you're already down to an 80%. And that's before I've even graded it. So making sure that everything is set up and ready to go. Between me and Mr. Holly, we're going to start grading these every day and hopefully get back to you in about 2 weeks or so. That's probably going to be about the deadline we're looking at. That being said, we do have a new unit coming up. The main focus here is going to be staying on top of the reading and the homework assignments. So each day you're going to have one section of reading and then one homework assignment. It's going to end up being about the same amount of work that we did for Mice and Men. So you'll probably have about anywhere from 30 to maybe at most 40 minutes of reading, plus one assignment, which is a couple questions or maybe looking at a couple quotes, a journal. I'll go over that with you shortly. You're looking at a new section has been created in Google Classroom. It's called I'm the Messenger. We'll talk about that in a second. There's going to be a full reading schedule set up. You're going to have access to the online book, and then I'll briefly go over the daily assignments with you. Just to review real quick, remember that office hours are available. So if you're someone that's behind on your persuasive paper and you still need help, or maybe there's something about the reading that was confusing, or you're not sure what to do with one of these assignments, you can set up one of these meetings with us. But if you ask a very basic question like, what are we doing this week? Or what do I do with the reading? I'm going to assume you didn't watch this video at all. So make sure that you are being specific about those questions. So I'm the Messenger. As of right now, we are scheduled to be out until May 1st and coming back to school on May 4th. Not sure whether that's going to happen or whether this quarantine period is going to last longer. But as of right now, this book will take us through the end of April. We picked this book instead of Lord of the Flies, which is what we normally read at this time. It's just way more interesting to read. I think you're going to relate to the protagonist character a lot better. And I just think it's a much more fun book to read than Lord of the Flies. And I like Lord of the Flies. So you can thank Mr. Holly. He was definitely the proponent for doing this book rather than Lord of the Flies. Couple methods just to review. I know I mentioned this last week. You can get this book through Kindle or a paperback copy on Amazon if that's a method you prefer. But you're going to have to pay for those. If you don't want to pay for those, we do have a free copy of the book and the audiobook on ESL Bits. So I wanted to go over that real quick with you. You can see the main screens right here. You can head over to the book index. You can see the book is split up into a couple different parts. We're obviously going to go into the first part. So on Tuesday, your reading is Ace of Diamonds and Two of Diamonds, Chapter 1, Chapter 2. So if I were to click on Chapter 1, you'll see that the full book is available to me right here as I scroll down. Okay, all the way through, whether it's on your phone, on your Chromebook, however you want to read it, it's available to you. You also have the audiobooks up top here, a slow version of the audiobook and a fast version of the audiobook. So just to give you a quick preview of what that sounds like.
Part 1. The first message. Ace of Diamonds. The hold-up. The gunman is useless.
So so you understand, this book is set in Australia. That's why your narrator is Australian, which is awesome. But you can see it's going to last you about 17 minutes for that chapter. So you're looking at about 30 to 35 minutes if you follow along with the audiobook. All in all, that's about what we did for Mice and Men, so it's really not that bad. So that's Chapter 1, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. And those are available to you if you want to do that. So after you read, or what I prefer you do while you read, there will be an assignment that is posted with that. Okay? So that assignment will be posted at 8 a.m. on the day of the reading, and it will be due at 8 a.m. the following day. So just so you understand, the whole schedule of the week will be released to you. This is what it looks like. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all the way through. So if you want to read ahead, you are welcome to, but those assignments are not going to be posted until the day they show up. Okay? So that is a decision you'll have to make for yourself. So just kind of review, you'll have 2 chapters to read on Tuesday. The assignment that goes with Tuesday's reading is study guide questions. So you will do study guide questions on day 1 and day 3 of this unit. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like real quick, and again, Mr. Holly set all these up. It's really straightforward, pretty obvious how this is going to work. You have, for chapter 1 and chapter 2, I think it's 6 questions? 4 questions. Really not that bad, folks. Oh no, wait. 7 questions. Still not that bad. Not even what we used to do for my cement. So, if we look at question 1, Marv's car plays a major role in the first scene. Describe the car and why is it important to the scene. All you need to do is answer here in a complete sentence. Not 1 word, not 2 words, a complete sentence. So you'll make your way through that. I recommend answering these questions as you read. I think it'll actually help you get things done a little bit quicker. So within the first couple pages, they describe this car. You would stop the audiobook or stop your reading, answer the question, move on. That's the preferred method if I was going to sit down and do it. So that's how day 1's going to look. Okay. Day 2 is going to look a little bit different. So you have 4 chapters to read for day 2, and you're going to answer annotations as you go through it. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to be pulling out certain quotes that we feel are the most important to these chapters. And you, as the directions state, are going to take a look at the text and find passages that seem significant to you. Okay? So as you're going through it, you're going to be reading and say, oh, that's a really good quote or a really good couple sentences. You would put them right here. You would say what page number they show up on, and you will explain why they are important. Okay? This narrator does do a lot of thinking or thinking out loud. That would be the way this is going to work best. So for the third chapter, you're going to pull out 3 quotes. For the 4th chapter, you're going to pull out 2 quotes. For the 5th chapter, you're going to pull out 2 quotes, and you're going to explain why they are important. Okay? What makes them significant to the chapter that we are reading. Okay? If you have questions, please let us know. So then on day 3, you'll go back and you'll do more study guide questions that will show up. And then on day 4, you will have a journal to answer. It's going to be very similar to the journals that we've been doing all along. And we're doing a journal because this is the last chapters for part 1. So you'll finish the last chapters, you'll answer the journal. As long as you hit the word count and answer the question, you're going to be in great shape. Okay? And that's going to set up the week that we have here. Okay? All in all, we're trying to do this and make it very straightforward. We're only going to focus on the book and the assignments with the book this week. No readings, no extra journals, just making sure that you're answering that Google Classroom question for attendance and completing this assignment within the 24 hours that we give you. If you have any questions on that, you know where to find us and you know how to get help from us. If this book is in any way confusing or you're not sure what you're reading or you're not sure what to do with one of the assignments, set up a meeting with us, ask a specific question, and we'll get you set up. Okay. Other than that, we hope you enjoy the book. It does read very fast. It's a quick read, and it's honestly an enjoyable read. Probably one of the better books you'll read while you're at Kenston. Other than that, have a nice shortened week, and hopefully we get to talk to you throughout the week.